Ravenswood was always shrouded in darkness, as if the sun itself had forgotten the town's name. Even on the rare days when the clouds parted, a heavy, uneasy shadow lingered, refusing to let the light settle. The air was thick with a chill that crept into bones and hearts alike, making every step feel cautious, every breath uncertain. Gray clouds pressed low, rain slicked the empty streets, and puddles reflected only the bleakness above. The sound of raindrops was the only music, echoing through the hollow lanes and abandoned corners. People hurried by, heads down, avoiding each other and the gloom, as if afraid that even a glance might invite misfortune. Their footsteps were quick, their voices hushed, and their eyes rarely met. Fear was everywhere, woven into the silence, the leafless trees, the broken church clock stuck at midnight. The bell had not rung in years, and its silence was a warning as much as a mystery. Children never played outside, swings rusted in the rain, their chains creaking in the wind like distant cries. Laughter was a memory, fading with each passing season. Whispers filled the shops, rumors of a shadow lurking in the alleys, a presence that watched from the darkness. Every stranger was a suspect, every shadow a threat. Doors locked early, curtains drawn tight, as if the night itself might seep in and steal away what little comfort remained. The woods were forbidden, said to hide something evil, a darkness older than the town itself. No one dared wander beneath those twisted branches after dusk. Old stories of disappearances haunted every family. Photographs of the missing gathered dust, and every flicker of candlelight cast uneasy shadows on anxious faces. The town felt trapped, isolated, suffocating under secrets that no one dared speak aloud. Even the wind seemed to carry warnings, whispering through boarded windows. Young people fled, those who stayed felt the weight of dread, as if the very ground beneath their feet was waiting to swallow them whole. Suspicion grew. Neighbors eyed each other warily, trust eroded by years of fear and unanswered questions. Ravenswood was drowning in its own fear, a town haunted not just by shadows, but by the secrets it refused to face. Then, the murders began. It started quietly, almost like a whisper in the night, but soon the entire town would be caught in a nightmare. No one could have predicted the terror that was about to unfold. The first victim was found in the library, sprawled between the shelves, surrounded by the silence of forgotten stories. The air was thick with dread, and the only witness was the moonlight streaming through the window. The second by the river, where the water flowed quietly past, carrying away secrets. The townspeople gathered, whispering in fear as the news spread like wildfire. Each crime scene brought panic, and a new horror, a small hand-carved wooden doll left beside the body. The dolls were eerily lifelike, as if they were watching, waiting for someone to notice their presence. The dolls resembled the victims, button eyes, yarn hair, matching clothes. Each detail was painstakingly crafted, making it clear these were not ordinary toys, but chilling tokens left by the killer. The message was clear. The killer was watching. No one knew who would be next, and every shadow seemed to hide a pair of unseen eyes. The town's fear became terror. The toy shop closed, dolls were thrown away. Parents forbade their children from playing outside, and the streets emptied at dusk. The killer was called the Shadow. Whispers of his name haunted every conversation, and rumors grew wilder with each passing day. He moved unseen, leaving only his chilling signature. The dolls became a symbol of dread, a warning that he was always near. The police were baffled. The dolls offered no clues. Every investigation led to a dead end, and the townspeople's trust in the authorities began to crumble. The Shadow was playing a twisted game, making puppets of everyone. It felt as if the entire town was caught in his web, powerless to escape. With each murder, a new doll appeared, each with the same empty stare. The collection grew, a silent testament to the killer's obsession. The town was gripped by a monster that walked among them. No one felt safe, and every night brought new nightmares as the game of the doll maker continued. Detective James led the case, his reputation for solving the unsolvable preceding him. He was known for his sharp mind and unyielding determination, but this case would test him like never before. He was relentless, refusing to rest until he found answers. His office became a chaotic shrine to the investigation. Maps crisscrossed with red string, victim photos pinned in clusters, and always the dolls at the center, their button eyes watching. The victims seemed random, no pattern, no motive. Each new clue only deepened the mystery, leaving James more frustrated and determined. James grew obsessed, working through the night, haunted by the doll's button eyes. Sleep eluded him as he pored over evidence, convinced he was missing something crucial. The townspeople were silent, afraid to talk. Whispers filled the air, but no one dared speak openly about the murders or the strange dolls. Every lead ended in darkness. The town itself seemed to hide the killer. Shadows clung to every corner, and secrets festered behind closed doors. James's life unraveled. He stopped sleeping, friends drifted away, and his world shrank to the case. The obsession consumed him, leaving little room for anything else. Then, a package arrived. No return address, just his name scrawled in shaky handwriting. Inside was a doll carved to look like James, wearing a tiny detective's coat. Pinned to its chest, a note: "You are next." The Shadow knew him, and the threat was chillingly personal. The game had become personal. James felt the weight of every unsolved clue pressing down on him. Fear gripped James, but he pressed on, refusing to let the killer win. He knew he was being watched, but he couldn't back down now. He studied the doll, its cedar wood a clue. The craftsmanship was unique, the scent of cedar faint but unmistakable. It matched the old Ravenswood manor on the town's edge, a place long abandoned and shrouded in rumors. James knew where he had to go. The answers and the killer waited for him in the darkness of Ravenswood Manor. James entered Ravenswood Manor alone, guided by the scent of cedar. The abandoned house loomed, windows like empty eyes. Inside, dust and silence pressed in. He found a hidden door behind a tapestry, leading to a basement workshop. Hundreds of dolls filled the room, silent witnesses to horror. Photos of victims and townspeople lined the walls. The Shadow had been watching everyone. Suddenly, the Shadow appeared, tall, masked, knife in hand. James faced him, ready for the final confrontation. A desperate struggle erupted in the darkness. Then, silence. Detective James vanished. He was never seen again. The case went cold. Years passed. The murders stopped, but Ravenswood's fear lingered. The Shadow became legend, the case file gathering dust. Then, a new detective arrived. Sarah, young and unafraid. She reopened the case, searching for truth. Sarah listened to the town's secrets, piecing together the real story. The Shadow was not one person, but a symbol, used to protect the town's darkest secrets. The victims had threatened to expose the powerful. Sarah found James's hidden notes, revealing the truth. She exposed the corruption, breaking the Shadow's hold. Sunlight finally pierced Ravenswood's clouds. The town began to heal. A new light had come at last.